Very good morning to all of you. Today I want to start experiment number 16. Title of experiment number 16 is determination of turbidity of given water sample or sewage sample. And this turbidity is determined by JTU method, Jackson turbidity meter apparatus. So for this title of experiments and the subjects outcomes are arrived here. There are 4 course outcomes are derived. One is acquire capability to conduct experiments and estimate the concentration of different parameters. Second course outcome is compare the result with standards and discuss based on the purpose of analysis. Determine type of treatment, degree of treatment for water and wastewater. Next course outcome is identify the parameter to be analyzed for the student project work in environmental stream. Title of subject is Environmental Engineering Laboratory and subject code is 18CVL67. This comes in 6th semester of civil engineering branch. So these are the equipments or apparatus are used in environmental engineering lab experiments. So if you want to conduct any one experiments, so you have to use these apparatus or equipment concerned to that experiment. Okay. Now all of you remember these experiment apparatus as well as equipments. Now I want to explain about basic concept of turbidity. Turbidity is caused due to the presence of suspended and colloidal matter such as silt, clay, discharge of sewage, industrial waste and microorganism or finely divided organic matters. Turbid water is muddy or cloudy in appearance, so it is aesthetically unattractive and is also harmful to consumers. The presence of colloidal particles causes turbidity. Light plays an important role in determination of turbidity. Light rays passing through it are scattered and are observed rather than transmitting in a straight line through the sample. This turbidity, light rays passing through the line concentrations of the particles. Turbidity is expressed in terms of parts of suspended matter per million parts of waters. 1 unit of turbidity is equal to 1 milligram of finely divided silica per liter of distilled water. Turbidity can be measured in laboratory with the help of Jackson candle turbidity meter and digital electronic turbidity meters. So these are the explanations about basic concept of turbidity. Which are the apparatus are used to conduct these experiments? That is here digital electronic turbidity meter consisting of a nephrometer with a light source for illuminating the sample and one or more photoelectric detectors with readout device to indicate intensity of light scattered at 90 degree to the path of incident light. The digital turbidity meter is a very accurate and stable instrument for measurement of turbidity up to 1000 NTU, that is nephrometer turbidity unit meter. NTU means nephrometer turbidity unit meters. What are the reagents are required to execute this experiment? So here see, these are the reagents are required. So first, how to prepare the reagent, that is let us see preparation of reagent. Turbidity free water, turbidity free waters. How to prepare this? Turbidity free water is difficult to obtain. The following methods is satisfactory for obtaining turbidity as low as 0.02 NTU. Pass distilled water through a membrane filter having prevision size holes of 0.2 mm. The usual membrane filter used for bacteriological examinations is not satisfactory. Rinse collecting flask at least twice with filtered water and discard the next 200 ml filter water. Some commercial bottle demineralized water are nearly particle free. These may be used. Their turbidity is lower than that can be achieved in the laboratory. So this is the explanations about how to get turbidity free waters. Okay. Next reagent is stock turbidity suspensions. Stock turbidity suspensions. So how to prepare this stock turbidity suspensions? So here see solution 1 is required. Dissolve 1 gram hydrogen sulfate in distilled water and dilute to 100 ml double distilled water in a volumetric flask, that is 100 ml capacity volumetric flask. Here precautions is required. Casino avoid inhalants, ingestion and skin contacts. This is the most important precautions. Next, how to prepare solution 2. Dissolve 10 gram of hexamethylene tetramine in distilled water and dilute to 100 ml, that is double distilled water, in a volumetric flask of capacity 100 ml volumetric capacity. Okay. Solution 2 is how to prepare. Dissolve 10 gram of hexamethylene tetramine in distilled water and dilute to 100 ml double distilled water in volumetric flask of capacity 100 ml. Then next step, in 100 ml volumetric flask mix 5 ml solution 1 and 5 ml solution 2. Let them stand for 24 hours. Let them stand for 24 hours, 25 degree plus or minus 3 degrees centigrades. Let them stand for 24 hours with 25 plus or minus 3 degrees centigrade temperatures. Then after the 1 day, dilute the solution mixer up to the mark, that is 100 ml capacity. The turbidity suspension now has a turbidity of 400 NTU. How to get 400 NTU? After 1 day, dilute this solutions mixer up to the mark. Means in solution 1 and solution 2 we have filled in volumetric flask of 100 ml capacity, that is 5 ml, 5 ml means 10 ml, remaining 90 ml. After 1 day we are filling by double distilled water and we are maintaining equal volume of 100 ml volumetric flask. Then now this solution becomes 400 NTU. So this steps you repeats every week, that is prepare the solution and suspension weekly. So this is the procedure to prepare solution 1 and solution 2. Standard turbidity suspensions. How to prepare the standard turbidity suspensions? Okay, dilution of other values can be prepared from this 400 NTU solution by the following successive dilution methods. That is, if you want to 200 NTU, then you follow the procedure. Suspension, you take 50 ml and 50 ml double distilled water. So now mix or dilute. So now it's become 200 NTU. If you want 100 NTU solution, so then you take 25 ml suspension and 75 ml distilled waters. So that is the procedure to get 100 NTU or 200 NTU solution. So this is the main steps to prepare the solution 1 and solution 2 to conduct the experiments. Now let us see procedure, how to proceed these experiments after preparation of calibration and solution. Now first phase is do the calibrations of that instruments, that is nephelometer, turbidity meter. First step, switch on the instruments and keep it on for some times. Then select appropriate range depending upon the expected turbidity of the samples. Select appropriate range depending upon the expected turbidity of the samples. Set 0 of the instrument with the turbidity free water using a blank solution, that is double distilled water, and adjust 0 0 0 with the set 0 knob. By using 0 knob you set 0 0 turbidity. Then now in another test tube, take standard suspension just prepared for 0 to 200 NTU range. Use 100 NTU solution, and for higher range of use 400 NTU solution as standard. Take its measurement and set the calibrate knob based on this solution. Now solution of unknown concentration, you see here interference. Turbidity can be determined for any water sample that is free of debris and rapidly setting coarse sediments. Second is dirty glassware or the presence of air bubbles disturb the surface visibility of the sample and will give false results. True color, that is watercolor due to dissolved substances that absorb light causes major turbidities to be lowest. Next reason is this effect usually is not significant in the case treated waters. So these are the obstructions or interference. Now operations. So how to operate the instruments, that is digital electronic turbidity meters. First step, allow the instrument to warm up sufficiently after switching on. Take the test tube containing distilled water or blank solution and close the test tube holder cover. Make sure that the mark on test tube coincide with the mark on panel. Then select the required NTU range for measurements. Then after selecting the required NTU measurement, adjust the display to 0 by adjusting set 0 knob. You adjust the 0 by setting 0 knob. So then remove the test tube containing distilled water and fill another test tube with the standard solution of 400 NTU as per the expected range of unknown solution. Place it in the test tube holder. Now adjust the calibrate knob and make the display to 400 NTU. Then again check the display 0 with the test tube containing distilled water. So the next step, now the instrument is ready and turbidity of any solution can be measured. Now keep test tube containing sample and note its turbidity in NTU. So here note, please ensure that the appropriate range is selected. So this is the operation steps of instruments. So here some precautions are required. So there are 4 precautions while conducting these experiments and the instruments operating. First precaution is sample test tube must be thoroughly cleaned both inside and outside in case of test tube gets scratched or etched or discard it. Second precaution, do not touch the test tube where the light strikes, that is at the sides of the test tube. So hold test tube only at the top end. Then third precaution is fill the test tube with samples or standards which have been thoroughly agitated. Allow sufficient time for the air bubbles to escape, the reading will slowly come down. When the readings are taken in the agitated state with air bubbles, the reading will be higher. So this is the most important precautions. Please ensure that the mark on the test tube coincides with the mark on the instrument panel while taking the readings. So this is also most important precautions. So now write the results. Turbidity of the given sample of water are by digital electronic turbidimeter. We are taking the 3 sample reading in NTO. That is, you see the sample 1 in NTO reading, sample 2 also we are getting in NTO units. Also you take the reading for sample 3, we are getting in NTO readings. So based on the results, now you write the comments. For drinking water, turbidity should be 5 to 10 ppm. For drinking water, turbidity should be 5 to 10 ppm. Thus, obtained value of turbidity is much more than permissible limit, and hence these samples are not potable and should be treated with plain sedimentation of coagulation. So this comment is based on the results. Okay, this result example is given based on the example of results. Comment is written. So observations. So how to write the observations in this experiment? So for digital electronic turbidimeter, you write these tables in terms of observations. That is, first column is descriptions. In description you write sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, and next second column is turbidity in NTU. So then next column is mean turbidity in NTU. Means 3 samples, 3 readings in NTU, then do the mean of 3 samples. So we are getting turbidity in nephrometer turbidity units. So these are the references are referred for this experiment executions, and know the knowledge of environmental engineering laboratory concepts. Okay, thank you one and all. Next class experiment I will continue in next class.